forth. And we think it's pretty cool in our high school jazz band that we have a tenor sax team who are actually brother and sister back here. So everyone give it up to Mackenzie and Trevin Castles. Very cool to have them. Mackenzie's a sophomore, Trevin's an 8th grader, an incoming freshman next year. We're very excited to have him up here at the high school. This is a tune where you're going to hear everybody in the high school jazz band solo. So we spend a lot of time throughout the year working on parts for big band tunes, but it's not often where everyone gets a chance to solo. So this is kind of a short, bluesy bebop head. We're going to just play through the melody. Even Gabby on the bass is going to play the melody with us a second time, and then we're going to give everybody a chance to go around and solo. So we hope you enjoy. All right. That'll get you going at 7 in the morning every week, right? I love it. So that featured solos from everybody in the group. We had Courtney over here on the bari sax, Trevin and Mackenzie on the tenor, Becca on the alto sax, Tawny on the flute. Let's give it up for the saxophone section, the reeds and the woodwinds. We had Zach and Jared on the trombone, and we had Trevor, Colin, and Sean on the trumpet back there. Those are our brass musicians. And then over to the rhythm section, Jacob on the piano, Jayton on the vibes, Gabby on the bass, and Adrian on the drums. That's the rhythm section. So that tune was kind of from the 60s. We're going to take things now forward a few years. We're going to do a tune from the smooth jazz era of jazz. So kind of an era that we don't play music from much, but there are many jazz artists and composers who kind of mainly hang out in that realm of jazz music. And this is by a great jazz saxophone player named David Sanborn. So we're going to do a smooth jazz piece, kind of written in the 90s, I believe. This is called Maputo, kind of a cool, smooth, laid-back kind of funk tune. And this is going to feature Tawny on the flute and Jayton again on the vibes. You might also notice that we have someone up here in the sax section that looks a little bit older than the other students, perhaps. And we're very fortunate and lucky to have him here. This is Mr. Max Thu. He was our student teacher in the fall last year. So he is now teaching in Nyssa, Oregon. He just finished his first year teaching down there, and their school year is already done because they run mid-August to mid-May. So he's up here visiting and wanted to hang out for the day, and we'd ask if he'd come fill in and have some fun and play with us. So let's give it up for Mr. Thu. He's filling in, playing some alto sax with us tonight. So now we take it back in time a little bit to the 70s. So this next tune was done by a group called Weather Report. A famous jazz keyboard player named Joe Zawinul wrote this really fun tune called Birdland. So we're going to play this tune for you. It's kind of in the area of jazz in the 70s when, you know, rock music came out in the 60s. So jazz was influenced by that, and they call it jazz rock fusion. So there are a lot of bands like Mahavishnu Orchestra and Weather Report that kind of had that jazz rock fusion thing going on. So this is a really fun tune. It's a standard that's played all the time. It was one of the tunes I played in high school jazz band. I love coming back to it and playing it, and I think the kids have really enjoyed it. You're gonna hear Trevor Murphy on the trumpet solo, Mackenzie Castles on tenor sax, and a little bit of kind of an old keyboard sound from this Roland keyboard that was donated to our program last year. So we've got kind of an old clavichord sound. So you'll recognize this will take you back to the 70s. All right, we've been very fortunate to have three spectacular senior drummers in the jazz band this year that we all are sad to say goodbye to as they graduate in a week. And so when you have a great drummer in a jazz band, a really fun tune that you do to feature the drummer is Sing, Sing, Sing. Is everybody familiar with this tune? If you've seen Chips Ahoy commercials back in the day, you've probably heard this tune. It's been on a lot of different commercials and TV spots. You'll recognize it. Gene Krupa is a famous 1920s, 30s jazz drummer. He played with the Benny Goodman Orchestra, famous jazz clarinet player. And this is a tune that we're going to do because we have three of them, and we thought how cool would it be to have a drum battle between three of our senior drummers up here. So we had to get up an extra riser so they could all fit. We've never had three drummers out here at once playing with jazz band, but this is going to be a lot of fun. And we've been really excited to kind of have this be the finale for our jazz set for the year. So we're going to feature Jayton Alder, Adrian Franklin, and Jacob Duncan on Sing, Sing, Sing. And of course, I always forget all the other solos because so many of these jazz tunes have solos. Colin Busher has a great trumpet solo in the middle of this too. Everyone give it up for Colin back there. He's the sharpest dressed in the trumpet section back there. again for Jayton, Jacob, and Adrian. How fun is that? The official name of this group we've decided is Stag Steel. So this is our Deer Park High School Steel Drum Ensemble, and these drums were purchased with a grant that our music department applied for 2 years ago. So we applied for this grant from the Hagen Foundation and were awarded $23,000 to purchase this whole steel drum orchestra. And so we are using more pans right now than we ever have, because 2 or 3 of my personal instruments too. So I have 2 of my personal lead pans, and then the double tenors that Ali has back here too. And it's fun to have all of our students being exposed to these instruments, because they're truly one of the newest, 20th century musical instruments that were only made in the 1900s. And we've got a set prepared for you today that's all kind of current rock and pop music, so it'll be really fun. Has anyone ever heard of the band Smash Mouth? They kind of have some tunes, All Star, from the movie Shrek and different things, I'm a Believer, and we're going to do a tune called Walkin' on the Sun. So we did this for a marching show a few years ago. It's a really fun, funky tune, a fun rock tune to play. And I think we've got all the pans ready. We've got all the people on parts, and here we go. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. We've got one final tune out here before we take a brief intermission, and then we head inside for the concert band / marching band portion of the evening. This is a tune that we picked specifically because our bass player back here, Mr. Hans Christensen, is a huge AC/DC fan. So if you can see him, he's rocking his Angus Young look tonight. He's got his shorts and his tuck shirt up here, and we got a hold of an AC/DC medley, so we had to play this for Hans. And this tune is going to feature parts from You Shook Me All Night Long, Highway to Hell, and TNT. So it's some fun rock music like you've never heard it before on steel pans. So we hope you enjoy. You'll definitely recognize this and rock out with us, so it'll be fun. Hello? Check. Ah, there we go. All right, thank you. Let's give a hand for Mr. Huffman in the production department. They do great work back there. We know that these technical conundrums happen, and they have quite a task when they have the running live sound and streaming from here in the Fisher Theater and outside in the Commons, and I'm always thankful with how quickly they're able to do that for us and get those problems fixed out right away. We're going to continue with the 8th grade concert band. Give percussion a minute to get set up. And our first tune is by the band Fun. So this is a tune called Some Nights. It was kind of a big hit on the radio a few years ago. I think you'll recognize it. We hope you enjoy Some Nights. Did we go away again? There we go. All right. Before we do our next 8th grade number, we've got some awards to give out to our 8th grade band members. These are kind of aligned with the Perpetual Plaque Awards we have here at the high school. And the first one is for Band Spirit, Best Band Spirit Award. So it says, this person is receiving the Best Band Spirit Award in honor of your positive attitude and the great energy and spirit you bring to our band each day. We'd like to gladly present this to one of our percussionists, Corey Root. The next awards were actually a tie. So I have the students vote for these awards in class. I don't submit a vote, but I tell them what the awards are and who is eligible for that. Every student is eligible for each award. And then I tally them up, and it's kind of fun to surprise them here on the night of the concert. So this award is for the most inspirational player in honor of your inspiring performance and dedication. And we had a tie with two very deserving individuals. And the first one goes to Mr. Trevin Castles. second most inspirational award in our 8th grade band goes to Cody Kraus. And then for high school, we have awards for outstanding junior and outstanding senior band members. So we are all 8th grade, so we do an outstanding male and outstanding female band members. An outstanding female 8th grade band member, in honor of your outstanding performance and dedication, I'd like to gladly present this to Brooke Begani. And for our outstanding male 8th grade band member, the students have voted for Max Leonard. All right, we're going to finish with our last 8th grade band tune. This is a medley of music by the great film composer John Williams. So if you've seen Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Jurassic Park, Star Wars, the list goes on and on. So many films he's done. We're going to play some music for you from the first main Star Wars theme. You'll recognize that, and then also some music from Duel of the Fates, which is Star Wars Episode 1. The epic lightsaber battle between Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul will paint that musical picture for you. You're going to hear some music from Jurassic Park, where the plane is first flying over the island and seeing the dinosaurs from above, and then we're going to end with E.T. So hopefully you'll recognize a lot of these themes and you've seen these movies. everyone, we are ready to proceed. This is the Deer Park High School Band, and we're going to play for you our Lilac Torchlight Parade routine. So this routine for the 4th year in a row earned us the gold medal standard at the Lilac Torchlight Parade this year, which we were very excited about. The students were worked very hard to prepare that routine. So for the high school Lilac Torchlight Parade, the judges have a rubric of 11 categories when it comes to music and marching. And when you go by, they judge you in those first 2 blocks as soon as you start the parade route. And if you receive a check mark in 8 of those 11 categories, and those are things that you're hitting well, you're hitting those techniques and those fundamentals well, you receive the gold medal standard, and they give you a gold medallion on a purple ribbon. And our high school seniors have now received that for 4 years in a row. So that's great for them. I'm going to bring up one of our senior drum majors, Allie Hartley, who's going to conduct this parade routine. So you'll hear our drum cadence and 2 of the parade tunes that we did this year. So band, let's stand up. And we're going to have our drummers march into the cadence, and they're going to play both parade tunes for us. Thank you, everyone. So those two tunes were Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars was the first song, and then Don't You Worry About a Thing by Stevie Wonder was the second tune. It's pretty fun for me to just step back and watch the band do what they do, and especially turn the leadership over to our student drum majors. Allie and Brooke and Alyssa have all done a great job this year being our drum majors. Our students and your children can do amazing things when we believe they can and they believe they can, right? These guys are all doing very awesome. So while the percussion and a few instrumentalists make some other transitions, there's a few things I want to mention, and also we want to get to our letters and pins. But did you see the flag team members on the sides, on the halls right here? That was very cool. So we were very fortunate to have two students move in, Taylor from Alabama and Aaliyah from California, who have some previous flag team experience at their old schools and their old marching programs. So they and a few members in the band, and Mrs. Nord and the Deer Park Band Boosters, they were interested in getting a drill team, flag team / color guard unit going to march with us at the parades and our fall marching shows. So while I was gone in February, they actually made a presentation to the ASB where they got this started as an official club, and they brought Megan and Courtney on board, and they've been meeting on Saturdays outside of school and putting in extra time together. And I think Aaliyah and Taylor kind of choreographed this whole routine together, and I was immensely impressed by what they were able to do on their own and having that previous knowledge. So if we can get a hand for that drill team color guard, they really did awesome. And now we're recruiting and we're expanding that group for next year for our fall marching show. So we've been doing more fall marching band shows. We attended our first show at the U-High, University High School Fall Showcase back in September. We're shooting to do that again this year. And then there are other competitions at Joe Albee Stadium and WSU Martin Stadium. So we're going to do some more fall marching things. So if there's anyone out there who's a high school student that might be interested in that, come talk to me, come talk to them. Those officers, we can tell you how to get going. They're going to maybe have a few camp days over the summer, and I'm going to give them some marching music for next year. We're going to choreograph a routine, and we're going to have some practices after school, so it's not too late for you to get into that fun group. They took this, and in just a few weeks, they got ready for the Lilac Torchlight Parade, and they rocked it, so I was very proud of those girls. So while percussion's getting ready, and a few of those instrumentalists are switching, it's time to award our letters and pins. So these letters and pins are kind of gifts that are awarded to the students for their dedication and their commitment to the band activities throughout the year. There's a specific list of criteria you have to curtail to earn those things. You have to have an A or B both semesters. You have to be a member in good standing, so someone who shows outstanding musicianship, takes really good care of their equipment, shows up to all the performances and things we have, because it's quite a time commitment. In the fall, we have 3 or 4 football games. In January, February, we have all the home basketball games that we play, as well as our 3 concerts, festival trips, things throughout the year. And everyone here in the class, I'm proud to say we have more people earning letters and pins this year than ever before. So it's quite a list. In the first year, people earn letters for the first year. These chenille letters, so they can take them home and put them on a cool Letterman's jacket or a vest, and we've got a few people in here that already have theirs. I've also encouraged the students, if they plan to get a Letterman's jacket, to get that early in high school, freshman or sophomore year, so they can wear that through all their events in high school and show their stag spirit. And these letters are going to go to all these people who are earning letters for the first year, mostly freshmen, but some people that are new to our school and have moved in this year, and this is their first year earning a Deer Park stag letter. So when I call these names, if your students could come up here, and I'll award these to you. The first goes to Longi Sungalu. And the next goes to one of our freshman trombone players, Chad Vincent. The next goes to a trumpet player who is in jazz band and also has picked up French horn this year in the concert band, Sean Lewis. And the next to another trumpet / French horn player sitting next to him, Colin Busher. this one goes to one of our flutes piccolos, also a flute that played in jazz band out there, Tawny Dean. And the next is awarded to another one of our flute players sitting next to her. We're so glad she moved here from Gary Middle School, Shaylin Simpson. We're very fortunate that we had two sisters move here from New Jersey, and this first year letter goes to Patty Morton on the trombone. And the next goes to her sister on the trumpet, Marasha Morton. We have two identical twin brothers in the band who both are lettering for the first year. This first one goes to a trombone player back there, Mr. Zach Hill. And the next is going to go to his brother Brennan on the bari sax. Brennan Hill. Back to the alto saxophones, Alex Branham back here. And another one of our freshman alto sax players, Tyler O'Neill. And then one of our color guard members who also plays flute and piccolo, Aaliyah Thomas. We'd like to give our next first year letter to a person who plays bass clarinet and tenor sax here in the group, Mr. Aiden Schroyer. First year letters. First, a few more. Taylor Johnson on alto sax, one of our color guard members. Another one of our percussionists back there, Mr. Caden Newman. Percussionists are a weird bunch, huh? Let's see. Well, how about another percussionist, Mrs. Amy Sealanders. Miss Amy Sealand. I believe this is our last first year letter. This one goes to a trumpet player, Mr. Daniel Heglin. All right, can we get a hand for everyone that just earned a first-year letter? Thank you for your dedication and commitment, all of our first-year letterers. Now we move to our students who are lettering for the second year. So if they're lettering for the second year, to go on that beautiful chenille Deer Park D band letter, they earn this gold band pin with the word band on it. That first one is going to go to Mr. Trevor Murphy. The next one goes to our absolute favorite alto clarinet in the band, Ms. Tessa Hernandez. Back here on the trombone, Mrs. Samantha Jack. This person has played alto sax in jazz band and percussion in the drum line, Mr. Chance Curry. Let's see, oboe, clarinet, and now flag team color guard, Megan Nord. Tonight, this individual has played several instruments, bass out with the jazz band, and in here with the concert band, trombone with the marching band for the first year. She picked up a few weeks ago. Another instrument yet to come. Give it up for Gabrielle Early. One of our trombone section leaders back here, a sophomore, Mr. Jared Lee. One of our favorite tenor sax players who is rocking part of Tenor Madness out there with the jazz band, Mackenzie Castles. And sophomore Barry sax player who also hit some mean home runs with softball as they went to state and got 5th place this year with our Stag softball team, Courtney Stockman. And last but not least, for second-year letterers, one of our sophomore percussionists playing drum set with the steel drum band for both of our tunes out there, Jacob Dickerson. Can we please have a hand for everyone who earned their second-year letter? 2 years now. The next we have is for people lettering for the 3rd year. So after they've earned that letter and that gold band word pin, they earn a gold band lyre pin. So a lyre is something that attaches to your instrument and holds marching music, little half-sheet folio marching music. And that first 3rd year letter pin is going to go to one of our clarinetists / percussionists and steel drum musicians in first period, Drew Lind. The next goes to one of our seniors back there in the percussion section, Jacob Duncan. And our final 3rd year letter pin goes to a musician who plays alto sax, also named a Deer Park, Miss Deer Park Princess this year, Becca Leonard. Becca's in drama, so she's not afraid to be in front of an audience either. And then for our 4th year letterers, these are obviously all seniors or people who have spent 4 years through high school putting in that commitment, and that is quite a goal, quite a task with all of the increasing high school requirements and graduation we have these days, extra, AP, college classes. These are students who have really committed to music through the past 4 years. I'm very thankful for all of these students. The first goes to Hans Christensen. The next goes to the only person on this list that's not a percussionist, Mrs. Allie Hartley. Wonderful first clarinet player and drum major and golf athlete who made it to state this year as well. The next fourth-year letter pin goes to a student who we were fortunate to have move here from Montana last year, so we've been able to have him here in our Deer Park High School band for a year and a half now, and I know he participated in lettered in his old school, so he's earning that fourth-year letter pin. Adrian Franklin. And our final fourth-year letter pin to one of our senior percussion leaders. He was very helpful in stepping up and showing a lot of leadership during my paternity leave time in February, and he's always been my right-hand guy this year. I'm so impressed with his leadership. He's going to be he signed up for the National Guard. He's leaving for basic training the day after the 4th of July this year to go serve our country, and we're very proud of him for that. Mr. Jayton Alder. Have any fans of the Disney movie Tarzan out there? Anybody like that movie? It's one of my favorite Disney movies. I love Phil Collins' soundtrack that he composed for that film. So we're going to do a piece from that film. It's called You'll Be in My Heart. That song also featured a trumpet solo by Trevor Murphy. So since we played some of the older Star Wars music, we thought it would be fitting, since the new film came out over winter break in December, to bring you some brand new music by John Williams from the new Star Wars The Force Awakens. So this is a whole medley of music from that new movie. Who out there has seen the new Star Wars movie? All right. Who's excited about seeing the other new one, the next episode they have coming out? I know we all are. So I don't have a lightsaber tonight, but I'm going to use my regular baton to conduct Star Wars The Force Awakens.